So I was just thinking about the public speaking. So out of the whole population, if 75% of the people are afraid of public speaking, how much opportunities they are losing. So Toastmasters' job is to bring them to the platform and make them speak. So I always believe that a speaker will become a good leader, and a good leader will become a leaders for others, so that he can make more similar leaders. So now today we are going to have a person who is an eminent speaker who can train us more about public speaking. So let me explain about him. He is a certified professional civil engineer. He is a certified project management professional. He is an executive director and technical director of a large company in Pakistan. Project director of PepsiCo Greenfield project. The member of project management organization and member of British American Tobacco project. And he's a DTM from both pathways and the old version. He's a club growth director 2021-22, and he was a division director last year, and he was area director 2019-20. He sponsored 7 clubs and mentored 6 clubs in Toastmasters, mentored a large number of individuals worldwide, headed district-wide mentoring and other committees, president twice of Lahore Toastmaster Club, founding president of Banu Mukhtar Toastmaster Club, and founding president of Ravi Toastmasters Club community. So we have a very wonderful person today as a trainer. So we asked him about the theme of the day today. He told us, nature teaches us through its creation, and the ants have so many lessons for us. We see them collecting food for rainy days and challenging times. This is the best time for us to learn about the attributes of a champion speech, to enhance our skills and start preparing for the upcoming speech contest to be organized at club, area, division, and district, even higher levels. Let us not waste our time to march towards excellence. So we have a wonderful person who is going to teach us about the skills of public speaking. So the example are ants. I was so wonderful about that example, because we see that ants take all the possible things when it is available, and they'll be quiet during the winter and in rainy days. So let us do the same thing. Let us learn things now when we are free, and practice things now when we have nothing else to do, so that we can go to the higher levels when the time comes. So let us welcome Atif Irfan Shaikh, DTM, to give us the tips and tricks of public speaking. Welcome, sir, to the podium of Bhavans Toastmasters Club. All the best wishes.
Yes, thank you very much. And I hope I am quite audible and visible to you all.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Sunil, in fact, I don't think I have such a long introduction. I just prefer just to be called as a Toastmaster, because it covers everything, because the biggest pride is being being a Toastmaster. And I am here in Toastmasters since 2013 and a member of 4 clubs. And whatever I have learned in my life, it's mostly in these few years of my life. And I have learned so many things in Toastmasters, I cannot even name them all. So that was a little bit of the beginning. And so far as the tips and tricks on these things for a good speech is that we all know a lot about these things, and how to compose a speech, how to start a speech, how to end up a speech, how should the transitions be there. But I have brought something different for you today. And the different thing is that there are some concepts in our minds related to the speeches. And I have learned from the world champions and many other good speakers around me that how far those concepts are correct, and how many concepts are fully incorrect and we are just following them. So I have something for you, and I would like to share my screen, and I am just going to do it. So can you see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes. So it's tips and tricks for a winning speech, and I would say it's it's a fantastic speech, not just a winning speech. So now let's come forward and see what I have for you. What are those concepts? And let's discuss them one by one. I have some videos with me as well for the world champions. And let me show them to you besides that. So the first concept that is usually said and that is usually in practice is that follow your arch rival and some fabulous speakers. So there are some people in the clubs, in areas, divisions, district that someone believes that these guys, they are very good and they are real competitors. So why not following them and see that what they are doing and how they are delivering their speeches. So how is that idea? I mean, do you think it's a good idea or no, it's not? It's incorrect. No, it's not correct. And the second thing that comes along is that make your mind always contest to win. Of course, this is a part of that you are always doing, one is always doing that all just to win the contest, just to see that, yes, my speech was the best and I won in the club, I won in the area, I won in the district, division, everywhere. So these are the two things that, of course, if anyone does that, follow the arch rival and some fabulous speakers, or make up the mind that always contest to win. So these are the things for a great speech. So this is a totally incorrect concept, in my opinion. So let me show you why it is not correct. Let's listen to this short video.
Being yourself on the stage. I remember I watched one of your YouTube video and you mentioned being yourself. That's something you learned pretty hard way by watching one of 2014 World Championship champion who was Dhananjay Hetarachi, right? Yeah, so he said he was just being on the stage, being himself on the stage. So that's a best one.
Yeah, and honestly, I really love what he said. He won the World Championship in 2014, and my mentor, who was actually acquainted with him, scheduled an interview, and he recorded it, and it seemed like it was seconds into that interview where he just totally changed my perspective about speaking and entering that public speaking contest. He said that I decided to be myself and I stopped trying to win the World Championship. And when I stopped trying to win the World Championship, I won the World Championship.
Oh, wow.
So that was something that stuck with me. And to this day, even I will say that I won the World Championship the year I decided to stop trying to win the World Championship.
So what was the most important thing? So he won the World Championship the year he stopped trying to win the World Championship. So that was the most important part. And he was real himself when he delivered the speech. So that's the point. You don't need to follow anyone. You don't need to think that I'll contest to win. Just contest to enjoy and feel that, yes, I have done something really great as compared to what I was doing in the last speech. So that should be the spirit. That will make you win. That will make you a fantastic speaker. Okay, so coming to the next concept.
Being yourself on the
next concept, just a second.
Being yourself.
Okay, so this is a very interesting clip and I love it most. This is from an Indian film and Amir Khan, you can all see. So let's see what he says in this clip.
लेकिन सिर्फ एग्जाम पास करने के लिए नहीं, किसी महापुरुष ने कहा है कि कामयाब होने के लिए नहीं, काबिल होने के लिए पढ़ो। सक्सेस के पीछे मत भागो, एक्सेलेंस का पीछा करो। सक्सेस छक मार के तुम्हारे पीछे आएगी।
So that was the punchline that follows excellence and success will follow you. So this is all what we need to do, that we just need to get to work bring ourselves to the excellence, and you will see that the success will be following you. You will be winner, you will be a great speaker anywhere you go, inside Toastmasters or outside Toastmasters. Okay, so let's go to the next concept. It was saying that follow your arch rival and some fabulous speaker, so you are your own rival. Think about that. You think that I have to defeat my own self. What I did last time, that was not enough. I have to do more. I have to do more. I have to do more. And the most fabulous speaker in the world, so be yourself. That's all. Nothing more is needed. And the next lesson is that always follow excellence and success will follow you. So these are the first two concepts that I wanted to share with you. That's what I have learned in my few years of life and Toastmasters. Okay, the third and the fourth concept, they are also very interesting, that impress the audience by some special voice and gestures. So some people create a special voice and then they create some special made gestures. They say that, yes, this way we will be able to impress the audience. And the fourth concept is that any interesting story can serve the best. So take some good story and then you just narrate it during the speech, and then it will do the purpose. It will take you to the height. So let's see what we have with the renowned speakers, the great speakers, because this is not correct.
However, I must protect the shoes because when I have a mission, I take it very seriously. So I curl over in my seat, I press the shoes against my chest, and this is how I watch the wedding for the next 30 minutes. The ominous smiler tries to steal the shoes, but I hold firm. Then she disappears for 20 minutes before taking a seat to my right. She says, Aaron, I don't care about the shoes anymore. You win. I say, do I look like a fool to you? But she doesn't move. I think I won. Sunit runs over. He's ecstatic. He says, Aaron, I'm proud of you. I say, thank you. You took this mission very seriously. I say, that's right. Now, give the shoes to me. No.
So now you saw that special voice and gestures, absolutely not. Very natural. So what is supposed to be done? Open your heart to the audience and nothing can come between you and them. This is the most important thing. And this fourth concept, any interesting story can serve the best. No, your story, your words, your feelings will make your speech best of the best. So what we saw here, that Arun, he narrated his own story. It was a very simple story, a simple Indian wedding that we are very familiar with. And he narrated in a way, because he was there, he just told his own story that was coming straight from his heart. And that made him a world champion. So that's the trick. Your story can bring miracles. That your story can do miracles. Okay, so let's come to the fifth concept and the sixth one, that humor of all types adds to the speech value. So that's what we say, that any kind of humor. And another concept, that sad emotional moments should be discreet. They should be very much distant from the other moments in a speech. So let's see how the champions do it.
But there was one person I was very afraid, and that was my mama. Raise your hand if you have an emotional mother. Let me see. Put them all together. You get my mama. I can hear her scream outside the police station. Even the cops were afraid. She came up to me, held the iron bar, looked into my eyes, and I saw a kid coming down. Now I've seen my mama cry before, but mothers cry 3 types of tears. Tears of joy, tears of sorrow, and tears of shame. And when a son sees a mother cry, tears of shame, that's a life-changing moment. She looked at me and said, son, I want you to be a better man. That night, when I drove home, my dad was waiting for me at home.
So let's have a look at the concepts that humor of all types adds to the speech value. No, only safe jokes and good humor should be used, which is relatable to the audience. So it was very relatable because we can relate it to our own moms. We have been doing some things which were not so good in our lives. And then what we saw was that our moms felt ashamed. And yes, those moments were really, really, really relatable. And emotional touches should complement other moments in the speech, but with suitable transitions. This is a very important point, that we bring the speech, it's like a whole big story where there are emotional touches, where there's humor. It should be a complete package. So if the speech is a complete package, we have to give various kinds of touches. And these touches should complement each other. Otherwise, there will be a very serious disconnect between the two incidents that we are going to add in the story. Catchphrases can add a great value to the speech. Yes, I fully agree to that. And let's get some examples of how well some catchphrases or repeat phrases were used by the speakers.
He said, son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. As soon as I finished, he walked up to me, looked me dead straight in the eye, and said, son, I see something, but I don't know what it is. If you come here twice a month, maybe we can find that something. And sometimes, in the middle of the night, I wake up my beautiful wife and I ask her, honey, why did you marry me? She says, I saw something in you, but I still don't know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at you, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. Oh.
So that was an excellent use of catchphrases or the repeat phrases. And anything, it's not, I don't say that you have to be yourself, but if something comes to your mind, some phrases, some repeat phrases that can add a real value to the speech, please go for them. Anything that is coming from your heart, that is coming from your heart again and again and again, don't miss it. Let's have an example, another example for that.
You have to stay in the ring and learn from those past fights. At the end of each round, you'll be still standing. I got my degree and I graduated magna cum laude. After failing 4 times, I was still standing. And there are thousands of men from hundreds of different countries. So single Toastmasters, even after my divorce, I'm still standing. And yeah, we're still standing. Very nice. Stay in that ring. And even after you take a few hits, use what you learned from those previous fights, and at the end of each round, you'll remain still standing.
So these were some very good examples of the catchphrases or the repeat phrases that are used in the speeches. So whenever we deliver a speech, so if there is something humorous, there is something thought-provoking, something that can really impress the audience. So hammering it again and again in such a nice way can bring marvelous results. Okay, so coming to the 8th point, I'll have 10 points today, and we are at number 8. So intelligent questions can do miracles. So do you believe that? What about that? Yes, of course, that intelligent questions can do miracles. So let's hear some very intelligent question, and that made a speech a great speech.
What? All you all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something. Do you know that the amount of people dying from diabetes are 3 times as many people dying from smoking?
Look at that, how well the speech was started. And it took such a great attention of the audience that throughout the speech, no one was able to even blink the eyes properly. That's what I feel. Okay, so playing with the camera, because we are in a virtual world right now, we are in a virtual meeting. So the use of camera, that is such an important thing these days that it can simply make or break a speech. So this is correct that you can conquer minds if you play with the camera, if you use the camera in an excellent way. So let's get an example for this as well.
I was spellbound as I watched the sheriff who had just been shot slide back open that heavy metal door, stagger forward a couple of steps, look deep into the camera and say, I before E, except after C. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters.
So that was it. So how you just saw that even in absence of a physical stage, how Mike used the camera so well, so perfectly. So if we just add such things in a speech, then of course it's going to impact the audience in a great way. So now coming to the last point, that we feel that becoming a world champion is impossible because of course it's such a big competition, and no, we are not going to do it even if we try for the whole of our lives. So of course this is not correct as well. So let's hear how it is not correct.
But I want you to think about what are your challenges and what are the things that you think is impossible. Because this was impossible. Not just for me, but for almost everybody who knows me. And yet here is. I don't want to say it again, but if I can do this, think about that thing that you thought you could never do. Or you just gave up on because maybe it's way up ahead and I cannot do it. And when you do, I want you to remember that Muhammad Katani got this. And also you can do the same. Thank you.
So that was it. So nothing is impossible in the world. And if Katani can do it, why can't any one of us do it? So let's go through very quickly what I have just discussed today. The first thing, the most important thing, be yourself, forget everything, and just focus on contesting your own self. So that's the most important thing, the first thing. Just follow excellence. That was how well said by him, and success will follow you. Open your heart. The thing that is coming straight from your heart will simply go to the hearts of the others. So that's a very simple recipe. Don't try to hide what is coming out of your heart. Your story, not anyone else's story, not any famous story. Your story, even it is very simple, that can do miracles. Good humor, not any kind of humor. Good humor that is relatable, that is safe humor, only that can help you in your speeches. Blend the moments of joy, sadness, in such a way that they are very much connected. And then catchphrases that are coming straight from your heart, use them in your speech, the way they have been used in an excellent way. And intelligent questions, yes, they can, attach, they can grab the attention of audience in such a great way that can go even beyond your imagination. So use those questions and play with the camera in virtual meetings, because that can change the whole scenario. And becoming a world champion of public speaking is not impossible. You just have to try a little, and no one knows that what is coming ahead, what is coming in future, what is written for you by the Almighty. So that was all from my side. And if we have time, then we can go for some question, or if it is over, then I'll say goodbye to you for now. And I'll love to stay connected. So I'll just ask if there is any time for the questions, or we are ended up.
So you are still in green. I think we can have some questions.
Okay. So let me stop sharing the screen and go for that. Okay, so are there any questions?
I would like to ask you something, sir, if you permitted.
Sure, I couldn't hear you, please.
I would like to ask you something, if time permits. That really something, a speech which is an eye-opener for everybody. If you reflect yourself, definitely we can go into the hearts of the audience. That is what you said. But initially, you might have felt some glitches before you came, or before you imbibe these qualities. What were those challenges that you faced to go into the public's mind?
What I followed from your question is that in the way of going to that point, there will be some glitches in the way, and how to overcome that. I always say that Toastmasters is just a workshop. We come here to fail, and then learn. So what will happen? It's just like a dart ball game, and then we just throw a dart towards the board. It falls somewhere else, and then we laugh at our own self, and then we pick it up and do it again. And our friends are standing along with us. So there is nothing to worry if we fail, because we are here to fail and then to learn and then to excel. So this is what I say, that even in the passage, there are so many glitches, there are so many things, there are so many failures. But of course, we are going to get success one day, and let's try it without thinking that there is any glitch. Every speech should be better than the previous one, and we will overcome all the hurdles, and the day will come when we will be proud of our own selves. So that's what I believe.
Oh, great. One more thing is that just check this 10th slide, sir. Your return world championship is impossible. Is it impossible, or is it not possible?
That was I said that it was a wrong concept, that it is impossible. So that was incorrect. And this is quite possible. That's what he said.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the question.
So I have one question to you. Do you believe in by hearting the whole speech and doing it, or understand the concept and doing it?
What I do is that I just have some punch points with me, some bullet points in my mind, or written somewhere when in a presentation. But of course, while delivering a speech in person, I have those points in my mind, because that's what Toastmasters teaches us, even in extempore speeches, that we should be very clear what is required to be said. The expressions, those big words that we just look for, they are of no value, I believe. The real value is whatever is coming from your heart. The real expression is the one which is coming from the heart. So if there are some points in the minds, and we just elaborate those points in front of the audience, and even if we miss a few things, it doesn't matter. The real thing is that Toastmasters teaches us how to be a good speaker. So it's not supposed to be something that is literary, that is something that is very literary, and this is going to impress the audience. No, it's not that. I sometimes say that what Toastmasters taught me best is how to handle my wife. You must be amazed of that, because the sandwiched approach that I learned from her, and how to manage the stakeholders and how to manage difficult people, difficult audience. So that's what I apply every time in my home, and I got marvelous results. So there is no point in cramming or in remembering those things word by word. The important thing is to keep the things in mind and then use them at the right moment whenever you are in front of audience and seeing the reaction of the audience. You can even change that. You can skip some points, you can add some points, and that will make your speech a real great speech. So this is my opinion on that.
Thank you so much. So we have time for a few more questions because still we are in yellow.
May I ask, please?
Please.
Atif, this is Latif.
Sure, sure.
DJ Atif, your advice to young Toastmasters who still have some nerve issues on presentation or maybe selecting a topic, because in our club, you will find many eloquent speakers, but there are some new members who still have, like, they're still gathering their cup of tea to have that courage and, speak in front of the camera. So if you can share few of your learnings from your new members and everyone to this club, it will be a great honor for us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Latif. I made two great friends when I came to Toastmasters. The first great friend was my mirror. In front of that, I practice. And the second great friend is this one, my cell phone. Because I record a lot of things and then I see and then I say that, yes, it's good, it's great, but I need to improve in this area, and this area. So that's my advice for the new speakers. But a bigger advice is still there. As I just said, that we are here to fail, and then learn, and then when. So that's what we are. So don't think that, oh my God, my speech was not very good. I was not looking great. My pronunciation was not well. Forget about these things. Just think that I delivered an icebreaker today and I heard a great icebreaker today. Wow, well done on that. But the next speech should be better than that. This is the thing. This is the real learning in Toastmasters. And next speech after that should be better than that. So unless we do that, there is no fun in coming and delivering the speeches. Just reading the manual and then delivering something, that's not important. And one point that you said about selecting the topic, any topic that is close to your heart, that is the best topic. You are going somewhere, you met some great person, he or she taught you something, you are going to trip, you are in a class in primary school and your teacher just slapped you. So that whole incident. So just learn how to create the whole story. Be a great storyteller. Then you just create the story. I was just sitting in the classroom and I was thinking about that. And all of a sudden my teacher came to me and said, what are you doing? Show me your notebook. So just create that whole thing, and 5 to 7 minute speech is nothing. You can create any event in your mind and then you expand that and you can make a 5 to 7 minute speech. It's not a problem. So just find something that was really unforgettable in your life and that convert it into a speech, and you will see that, wow, what a great speech it was. So this is the real thing, that you don't need to run before the topics. The topics are already there in your life, and there are so many of them that you don't even know that where the topics hidden. So they are all here. Bring them out, write them, make a great speech, and just go ahead. That's all.
I think we have time for one more question because still we are in yellow. You're going to red.
Okay, so it's red now. Okay, thank you very much. All the questions were very interesting, and I hope that you got something different in the presentation. And what the purpose of this presentation was to give you some ideas that what makes a great speech a greatest speech. So that was all from my side. Thank you very much once again for inviting me here. It's a great memory. It's a permanent memory that I was here with you in this club and delivered this presentation for you. All the best for your upcoming projects. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Arif ji, because I believe that sharing makes that multiplies. The sharing of knowledge multiplies the knowledge. So I'm sure that this would have multiplied your knowledge also. We are immensely happy that we got some, pearls from the sea given to us in a platter so that we can take care of our own speeches. Very, very thank you for you. And we definitely, all of us will definitely use those useful information so that we can improve in our speeches. Because you will find when you come to Bhavan's contest, I think we'll invite you for some time. You will find all the 7 speakers in a top, mood and top tempo, and there will be a big fight who will get the first, because all the 7 or 8 people will be going in a very vibrant, especially our international speakers, and we are really we have a lot of them in us. So our problem is that we will only 1 or 2 will go out of our club. All others will stay back. So thank you so much, and thank you, Latif, for bringing a great person like him. So stay with us till the end of the meeting, and we will have more feedback from you in the free time.
My sincere gratitude from all my Bhavans club. DTM, Atif, just to explain you, or how to explain in the simple words, Bhavans Toastmaster is my home club. I mean, this is what I'm saying. This was the club which showed me the door of the education of Toastmasters, of public speaking. This was the door which enhanced me to, and actually gave me the courage to even join Karachi Toastmasters Club, because I thought that, okay, if I can do well here, so I can do better in the other clubs also. I am not a very much enthusiastic person who always look for many clubs. I stay with one and give my 100 and 200 and 300% to that club. So it's just like that. Sincerely appreciate your time, your valued. The moment when I said I want that speech, that I have seen this before, but trust me, what I have seen, this is a more better version of it. So I know that you have worked a lot on this presentation. Thank you for encouraging our new speakers. And I have sincere, just a gratitude, a token of remembrance that you were in our club. I will share a certificate for you. Tech host, please, if you can. And I would like to hear a few words from you, please.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Latif. In fact, the pleasure is all mine. I really loved coming here. And of course, it's always a different flavor. We always say that every club has a different flavor. It has a different spice. And I could feel that spice here in Bhavan Toastmasters Club. You all people are really great. Thank you very much for the certificate as well. And I really learned a lot of things from here, and specifically some new roles that are not there in Karachi or any other Toastmasters club. And I would say that there are a lot of things to learn from every club. So I invite you all to come to the clubs of District 122. You are already a member of Karachi Toastmasters Club. Please do visit the clubs in Karachi, Islamabad, Lahore, Faisalabad, and many other cities. There are now clubs. So this is a very warm invitation from not just from me, but the whole District 122. And besides that, I would say that these are all the learnings that we share from each other. Of course, I came here and learned a few things in past 8 years or so, and I'm sharing all that with you. So we are all transmitting our knowledge. We are all sharing our knowledge to each other. So there are many things that you have learned and I don't know about that. So it's time to share that knowledge with each other. And in Toastmasters, we are all very good speakers. The person who delivers an icebreaker in Toastmasters, I tell you that in his or her mind, he or she is a great speaker, because the biggest thing is that this first step, that is most important. Once that step is taken and the ice is broken, then sky is the limit. We will all keep on improving in 20 years, 30 years, whatever time is spent in Toastmasters. We can't say that the improvement has stopped. It must go on. But the real step, and I'm sure that none of us has forgotten the first icebreaker. I gave my icebreaker for 3-4 times because first of all in legacy, and then first pathway, second pathway, and then I started another pathway. So many times I got the opportunity. But the first icebreaker is like the first love in your life. You never forget that. And this is a great time for anyone who is giving the first icebreaker. So that is the real learning what we get from Toastmasters, and then it goes on and on and on. So I thank you very much once again, and congratulations to today's icebreaker. It always a great feeling because you connect it with your own self. You take yourself to the time when you gave your first icebreaker and what were the feelings before that icebreaker, during that icebreaker, and after that icebreaker. So you feel like an expert after that. Wow, I did something really great. I am a great speaker from now onwards. So these are the feelings, and I'm sure that today's icebreaker also has got the same feelings. Once again, thank you very much to all of you for this golden opportunity, coming to you, sharing my thoughts with you. And I once again look forward to you all attending the meetings of District 122. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much, DTM Atif. Thank you. We all learned lots from you, and be pleasure. Anytime you have time, we will please welcome to our club and visit our club or online if possible. If it's possible to all over world. So thank you once again, and thank you.